All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we do introductions, I want to explain because people here in chat seem confused. So the Taeja and show extended series, I'll call it that because it took so long, actually meant that our third match of Flash versus White that we were supposed to cast actually played out. The whole series played out in the duration of Game 3. Or Game 2 and Game 3 put together. So we missed that, sadly. So while we were looking for that and confirming that that was already finished, Taeja had already played Game 1 versus Welmu. So this is Game 2 in this best of 3, and it is currently 1-0 in the favor of Welmu. I hope everyone's caught up to speed on that, because now we're going to get into player introductions. This is Rifkin, I'm casting with Doom. This is Base Train TV, casting for DreamHack Bucharest. And spawning down here in the lower right corner of Akalon Waste, representing Team Neurosoft, it is the blue Protoss player, Welmu.
And his opponent had the pleasure of introducing him 3 times today. Let's make it a 4th from Team Liquid, the Red Terran player. It is Taeja.
This is my favorite matchup in the game right now, ladies and gentlemen. And the kind of coolest thing about it is it's totally imba for both players if played correctly. If you as a Terran player strike early and shut down your opponent's expansion, or you kill some probes, keep them going for +3 upgrades fast type thing, like, you're going to be ahead for the rest of the game. Same thing goes for the Protoss player. You've got really strong units. If you pull ahead in upgrades, you're going to decimate Marines in every single engagement. So there's a lot of back and forth in this matchup, and that's why I really, really like it.
Yeah, and you know, it's you said it's imba in 2 ways. How, from the Protoss perspective, do they make it imba for the Terran players?
Storm is so good at dealing with bio. Colossus is so good at dealing with bio, and you don't go mech versus Protoss. So all in, oh my God, is he gonna proxy? I think he's gonna proxy, but is it a Stargate or a
maybe?
Robo? Is the big question.
So one of the things I've also been seeing in TVPs, where even if the Terran player is able to defend and crush an early attack from the Protoss player, Photon Overcharge is so effective at just defending against early bio that the TVP, the Terran options in TVP are very limited in the early stages of the game.
Dude, okay, so if this is a Stargate, it is a Stargate. This is gonna be Oracles, and this is gonna be nasty because. Okay, so there was a 3-gate version attached to this that was a super white raw all-in build, and people realized, like, hey, you don't actually need the 3-gate portion of that because the proxy Stargate is really effective. Taeja is opening with double Reaper, and if by some grace of luck and God he scouts this, he can actually kill the pylon before the Oracle comes out. But there's no reason and no way for him to go over there and check it blindly.
This is brutal, Rifkin, and this is going to be like a 5-minute 30-second Oracle, maybe even quicker.
Well, okay, here's the catch to this, though, guys. Let's not forget, the Oracle, while extremely powerful, you can simply outrun it. Yes, you're going to stop mining, but you'll keep the SCVs alive. So if Taeja sees this coming, and he will, he's got quick reaction times. This guy's, like, I don't know, ridiculous. He can pull the SCVs and minimize the losses. He is making Marines behind this, but you need, like, 6 Marines to kill an Oracle.
Yeah, and he's got a Stalker moving across the map, does Welmu, so that's going to even further dampen and hamper like the Marine count going forward. So, all right, first Oracle out, beelining it right.
Marines are distracted.
Marines.
Actually, I like this because then the Stalker's going to live to see another day, and the Marines are going to get fried alive as they come out. Meanwhile, the Reapers on the other side of the map, they've got to do a lot of damage because Taeja is going to take a lot of damage. There's no stopping it, but the probe's being pulled. Oh, there's some ring around the rosy stuff going on right now. Does stop. Oh, and he loses one of the Reapers.
4 workers in total killed here from Welmu so far. He's going to pull that Stalker back at a perfect time in the game. The Oracle's going to follow. It's out of energy, cannot do continuous damage.
But here comes that second Oracle. The Stalker's cleaned up, though. The Stalker really was a big threat to this. Taeja with a missile turret up. Again, he's going to lose a couple of units here, but I like the way he's holding this. These 2 Oracles, they can't do anything.
And a lot of Reapers, the Reapers actually do a lot of damage down here. 5 workers killed in total, going to make it 6.
Yeah, and there's been so much time not mining right now, but a Void Ray coming out of that Stargate next, which is going to be really interesting because Void Rays will tear down that missile turret.
Yeah, and hugely important factor to consider here. Taeja has his second command center done. He's going to have double mules in this situation,
Doom.
so losing SCVs is okay for him.
No warp tech. He cannot build anything to deal with the Reaper. The Oracles have to come home to clean this up. He's going to get a couple more kills here. Taeja killing more workers than his opponent did.
All right,
but of course,
8 in total going down.
That buys him all the time in the world to get Marines out to deal with the Oracles as they come back across the map. And that Void Ray, oh man, that Void Ray.
Perfect timing there.
Can he stop that? Oh, he saves the SCV! Taeja is looking to hold this. If he gets that missile turret up, those oracles will not be able to come back.
Well, if anything, they may be able to get those depots at the front, delay Taeja's production ever so slightly here. Gonna be focusing on the bunker, not
with the DPS of the energy, not with the way they work. But meanwhile, the Void Ray getting tickled by that turret, trying to poke some SCVs. Welmu kind of knows he has to do damage. Like, he's not done enough damage to warrant what he's done. Warp Tech, it's only just now coming out. This is like going to be a 9-minute warp gate.
Yeah, transitioning out of this is going to be incredibly difficult for Welmu, especially considering that Taeja already has his command center established. Adding another bunker, love this move from Taeja because I don't know how many times I've seen Terran players get the defense off from the Protoss, but then lose it with the follow-up attack that comes back.
Yeah, the Oracle's going to find another missile turret to deflect them. Welmu cannot be too happy with this because Taeja did not see this coming. He was not prepared for this, but look how well he has held this off.
Yeah, man. Great positioning from all of his missile turrets, all of his bunkers that have been placed down, adding on 2 more barracks, saying, I don't even need a factory right now, I just need units to defend against the oncoming all-in, which is most certainly going to be coming here, and more Void Rays being built here from Welmu as well.
Yeah, he's not expanded behind this, and for good reason. You just can't, even with Chrono Boost, you're not going to catch up to your opponent who went for this earlier CC, and again, the Oracles are, if he gets that 3rd Void Ray out, he's going to crush a missile turret, no problem. Then the Oracles will crush the Marines, but Taeja's going to have so many on the field.
All right, going to focus down the missile turret here. Oracles should be able to clean up the Marines if they try to engage. So this is a very critical point here for Taeja. Not going to get that stim.
The Oracles are out of energy. They cannot assist these Void Rays. One of the Void Rays does go down. The second one not going to quite go down. But of course, without 3 Void Rays, he's not going to bust in through that missile turret anytime soon.
And a 3rd bunker going to go down for Taeja, realizing the urgency of those rocks potentially here.
One thing really critical there, he actually picked off the tech lab too. I didn't catch that. That was researching the combat shields.
Yep.
That's really going to set Taeja's Marines back.
Taeja's going to confirm here with his SCV. No Nexus has been placed down for Welmu, who now has realized that this is a complete all-in. He's going to prepare accordingly for it.
And to address chat real quick, on the ladder, this would be called cheese. On DreamHack, this is called amazing tactics.
This is called trying to get that money.
But oh man, look at this bunker clump. This is amazing. I've never seen anyone clump bunkers like this. Usually they're pretty spread out, but I guess with the stalkers coming up on top of the ramp, this is going to be necessary to constantly retreat back into the other bunkers.
Bunker clump. We're going to see that added to Merriam-Webster's dictionary next year for sure.
One
Oracle's going to drop.
That's actually kind of huge. That's a lot of damage that he needed. That bunker won't finish though. But these stalkers cannot really push forward. The Void Rays, they're already overcharged. They're going to waste their time. They have to kind of do some damage now or they're going to be useless in a moment. Focuses them down. He does lose both of the Void Rays, and there's so many Marines on the field that stalkers cannot engage up that ramp. Welmu again going to be sent back, and one SCV kind of fiddling around Welmu's base.
With no zealots, no sentries, looking worse and worse.
Good game is
GG,
called,
forced to tap out.
And we will be graced with the pleasure of a Game 3.
See, this is what Taeja does. He loses the first game of the series, and he's like, I'm going to give fans 2 more games to watch.
Good guy Taeja, man.